being caught up in perhaps a little bit too much with my own toils and troubles, like many of us. But it didn't take a lot of time to feel like you knew him, and he knew you well. He was one of those rare people who could instantly put you at ease and make you feel like you'd just run across a long-lost friend or favorite relative. It's too bad that we feel like we don't have the time sometimes to visit enough with such wonderful people in today's demanding, fast-paced society where texts and emails are allowed to substitute for personal visits or even regular conversations on the phone. I hope someday we get back to being more like people used to be, people like Jack, being good to one another, living in the moment, taking time to stop and smell the roses. We need more people like Jack, who grew up without a regular family and perhaps then adopted everyone he met, showing the same warmth and kindness most people reserve for their blood relatives, sadly, even at then. We're all God's children. We're all family. We need to be more like Jack. Some years ago, Jack gave me some help at a time when I really needed it, giving me a great deal on his cherished pickup truck. I guess he figured I needed it more than he did. I used that little truck. Believe me, I used it to help myself in my construction work, and during my years as a volunteer at the Samaritan shop, bringing in valuable donations to help some of the needy people in the area. I used to pile so much stuff in the back of that thing, I amazed even myself sometimes. I felt I was paying forward the generosity I've been shown by Jack and others. When it started finally to really break down and the maintenance got too high, I could have decided to scrap it, putting a few $100 in my pocket, but my conscience and the memory of Jack's goodwill wouldn't allow it. So I gave it to the Fellowship Church, having discovered that their groundskeeping and maintenance crew was in need of just such a vehicle.
Good vision.
And had mechanics who could keep it going well enough to serve their purposes. I was able to pay it forward a second time. Last night I recall an evening when Jack and Margie came down to join me at a local establishment in Springdale, along with Chip and Lori Brown, because they knew that I had a thing for karaoke. I promised I'd do a couple of Sinatra songs for them. I was really proud to have them there, though a little embarrassed at first, as a few of the patrons there were a little bit rough around the edges. But there they were, center stage, dancing gracefully to my rendition of "The Lady is a Tramp." For whatever reason, I was given the great honor of being present during the last hours of Jack's time here with us, and his grace, his strength, and his good humor will be an inspiration to me as long as I live. I was a little bit nervous when I got there and didn't know exactly what was going on, and Jack was out of it. He was asleep at the time, and didn't look so great. And I was left there alone with him for a while, and I was really kind of torn up and crying and sad. But then Margie came back and woke him up and told him I was there, and he gave me that wink, and I could tell that he recognized me. And before long, he was joking, and he had me. Before I left, I was smiling. He could always do that. Okay. I wasn't there when Jack ascended to his new home, but just minutes before I sent him a message on my phone, not knowing whether it would be in time. I know he's gotten it now. They've got some pretty big towers up there. To Jack, you made the world a better place to be. You made people better. You lit up a room the second you walked in, and even now, lying there as you are, clearly not at your best, even though he really was. You're still doing it, and will continue to do so, no matter how big and bright and beautiful the room, or who got there before you.
Very nice. Thank you.